Chelsea dominating West Ham, a stinky United and Liverpool performance, as well as Arsenal dominating the newly promoted side, Leeds United. We're going to be talking about all the big six clubs, especially Tottenham's regular 3 points that they just go to collect, whether it's at Etihad or if City come to their ground. Let's just be honest. City or Tottenham's. It's true. They are there. Whenever the City see Tottenham, they just bend over and let it happen because they know what it is. But in these 10 matches, I'm going to give you guys a key stat. They were 26 goals. That's 2.6 goals per game. 2 more than Gameweek 1's 24. I'm going to be honest. The Premier League has some of the best attacking clubs in the world. Let's just call it what it is. We're going to go over most of the matches that happened this weekend. I'm going to give my opinion on the matches. I didn't get to watch every single Big Six match because I was traveling over the weekend. But I will be going over the matches I was able to see in more detail. But I was able to see the highlights and some comps. So I will just give some small tidbits on these games and what I think about it. Now, Liverpool versus Newcastle. An instant classic. An instant classic at Anfield. 100 minutes of pure chaos. We knew going into this game it was going to be chaos. We knew what it was going to be. It was the Isak derby. And both teams, they didn't disappoint. They gave us what a match. Now, in terms of the performances, yeah, Liverpool did disappoint. But Newcastle, it's kind of funny that Isak is trying to leave Newcastle when yesterday just proved that your team that you're on right now, Isak, can compete with Liverpool. Down 10 men, the best attacker on the field at the time, in Gordon, gets sent off. You could argue it's Alanga. That's not what I'm going to argue right now. Ekitike comes on in the second half. It's very clinical. Goes up. And then Newcastle, you would think they would start to crumble after that. But they just keep building and building and building and improving and pressing better. And it's, bro, with one less person on the field, Newcastle makes it look like it's still an even and fair game. Pushing Liverpool to have to score in the 100th minute. Now, mind you, if it wasn't for 11 minutes of extra time, Liverpool draws and drops points this game. But the Scouse magic strikes again with Rio Nguoma. Y'all gonna tell me how to say in the comments. But his strike, class finish. I'm going to be honest. Nico Jackson skies that. Mudryk skies that. Raheem Sterling would have crossed it for some reason. He would have crossed it back to Szoboszlai. All I can say is just class finish from the kid. To be honest, I think maybe even Esteval would have probably missed that. He probably got too excited and missed that. Who knows? All I have to say is, what a finish from the kid. What a finish. In my opinion, Liverpool did not deserve to win that game. But that's the thing that makes a champions side or a Premier League champions winning side that's worthy of winning again. This is what makes them favorites. Arsenal's not pulling that off. That little last minute win, that's not in their DNA. That's a Liverpool, City, and Chelsea thing. That's a Liverpool, City, and Chelsea and United thing. Arsenal and Tottenham, we don't know about that. Going on to Chelsea's game versus West Ham, what a bounce back. After having a stale attack, to be fair, we did Chelsea, and I'm saying we because what I support. Chelsea did have a really good form going into this match. Out of the last 10 games, if I'm not mistaken, 9 or 8 have been wins with a draw and a loss coming out of the last 10 games. Red hot form Chelsea's been in, but it's just been sneaking on the radar. 4-1 AC Milan, 2-0 Leverkusen, 3-0 PSG, 2-0 Fluminense. Just cruising. Just cruising right now, Chelsea's. And that new attack, so fluid. With Cole Palmer leaving and not being able to participate at the start of the match, you'd think there would have been some drop off from the Chelsea. But everyone else is like, bro, what are you talking about? You really still think this is Cole Palmer FC in the big 2025? Buddy, listen. João Pedro is on that. João Pedro is on that. João Pedro knows what it is. He said, oh, Palmer's out? Cool. Let me show everyone that, hey, calma. I'm going to be his partner in crime this season. Calma. Everyone calm down. No, don't worry about it. If my boy is out, I got us. Everyone chill. Now, I tell you right now, João Pedro gives me a lot of confidence, especially for the Champions League. Going to get more space to create for this guy. Oh, brother. João Pedro gives me a lot of confidence. Oh, I've seen a lot of people trying to talk on Luis's Paqueta's strike and saying that Robert Sanchez should have saved that. No, he shouldn't have. Regular, like, bro, even elite keepers, I don't think elite keeper saved that. That was a really great strike. And Robert tried to put a hand in the way, but you could see that. Yeah. You could see that it just wasn't his. It wasn't his. And Luis Paqueta took that nicely, perfectly, and it just showed that as much as we are still a young squad, it shows the mentality in the squad now. Because if that was last year, there would have been a little bit of panicking. No. Everyone gets the first goal, doesn't even celebrate after the first goal, heads back to the start line. Let's go again. We got a second goal to go and get. Ain't nothing to celebrate about. João Pedro. What a machine again. Esteval. Kid's a freaking star, man. That kid's a superstar already. People saying, oh, he needs time to adjust. Adjust to what, Ralph? Did you forget that he crashed it on the third best Premier League defense last year? He crashed it on the third best Premier League defense, bro. Weak foot, top bins. That's not normal. Weak foot, top bins. Nasty. Don't forget what Esteval did to the third best defense in the Premier League. Now, Arsenal versus Leeds. That was a battering. The Gyökeres is up and firing, man. 2 good goals. That first one was a pretty good goal. That was a self-made goal. I like that. That's what we call X Factor. I like that. Me and João Pedro and Ekatike, we all clapping at you for that one. That was pretty cool. That was not bad. Now, I mean, João Pedro has 2 of those. He has 2 of those from just the Club World Cup. I'm playing with the squad. He has some more. I want to see if you could do this on a consistent basis. And let's be honest, you did it, Gyökeres. I'm sorry to put the asterisk there, but you guys would have done the same. And you guys did do the same for the Club World Cup because you guys were calling it a Tin Pot Club. Tin Pot Cup, Arsenal. You also calling it a Tin Pot Cup. So, yeah, yes, he scored against Leeds, but it's Leeds. Brother, Max Dowman is supposed to be scoring against Leeds. Yeah. Max Dowman is supposed to be scoring against Leeds. Jurian Timber, nigga, no wonder he scored against Leeds. Guys like that's supposed to be scoring against Leeds. Guys that don't really regularly get goals. You know what I mean? To be honest, you should be getting a hat trick against Leeds if you really want to impress me. But fair enough. You know what? I'm not gonna get on you too deeply. Do what you gotta do. Do what you gotta do. You got a really big game next week against Liverpool. We're gonna see what you do, Jokeres. Fulham versus Man United. Fulham versus Man United. Man United is so shit, bro. Like, this club is actually hilarious, bro. Hilarious club. Like, in the past, no one would expect United to ever drop points to Fulham. And if you guys want Champions League football, then these are the points you have to be taking. Because we all know it's a toss-up for the Big Six. Not even the Big Six, you could say the Big Seven, because Newcastle is also a toss-up for you guys. Newcastle, Brighton might be a toss-up. Oh, man. United in the mud. We love to sing that. I don't have much to say about this game. I didn't really watch it like that, but I do know that, yeah, if you guys can't score against a Fulham defense, it's looking dark, bro. It's looking dark. It's looking real dark. It's looking real dark, broski. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's looking real dark. And Saturday, the 23rd of August, Man City versus Tottenham. Tottenham just collects their regular 3 points against City for some reason. I don't know. City just puts belt to behind to the league for the last, 10 years? We're going on 10 years in a bit. Y'all been putting belt to behind on the whole league for the last 10 years. But it's just like Tottenham always has y'all number. It's just, how is the most dominant team in England, dominant big team in England, always getting manhandled by the least dominant big team in England? Can someone explain that to me? Can someone explain the science behind Tottenham continuously putting on Pep like this, please? Because I don't understand it. I don't. Yo no versta. Yo no versta. Yo no versta. No versta. No entiende. No entiende. No entiende. This is ridiculous. But at the end of the day, it happened. It happened. And this is something you just gotta live with. Now, if you were to look at the league table, you would see Arsenal is leading the league right now with 6 points. Tottenham is second with 6 points. Liverpool is third with 6 points. Chelsea is fourth with 4 points. And Nottingham Forest is fifth with 4 points. City is just sixth. And Man United is 16th. Wow. Amrin really likes that number for some reason. I don't know. He really likes that number. But listen, this game week has been pretty interesting. Now we're gonna break it down. I'm gonna go to the stand-up performances. You know how we have our categories we gotta hit up every week. Best player overall this weekend. I'm gonna give it to João Pedro. 2 goals. No, 1 goal, 2 assists. Basically, he helped that comeback on his own. He literally helped Chelsea come back on his own. He got the first goal and then assisted the second goal, put it on the plate for Pedro Neto. And the only defender Neto had to worry about once he got that ball was the keeper. That's the only defender that was in his way. So I'm going to give it to João Pedro. I think João Pedro was the best player out of the Big Six this weekend. I'm trying to think of any Liverpool performances. Not really. Gyökeres, but they kind of played Leeds, so I don't know. Yeah, either João Pedro or maybe Rio. Maybe Rio, but one goal to you help the comeback on your own. Plus, you're against 10 men. I'm giving it to João Pedro. Hey, I'm just gonna be honest. Come on, you're against 10 men. You're supposed to be winning. Bro, we have you guys as the league favorites. Come on, bro. Come on, let's not do that. Attacking hero. So the best attacker, I'm gonna give it to Hugo Ekitike. Class. He literally was holding that Liverpool attack together by himself, while Genital Wirtz and Mo Salah were stinking up the place, holding the team back. Know what I mean? It was literally at some point Szoboszlai had to come out and help. Ekitike doing most of the heavy carrying, and the winger, I forgot, Cody Gakpo. He did a little thing as well, but Cody Gakpo, I don't really expect too much from Cody Gakpo, but he's still a class player. Midfield maestro, I'm going to give it to Bruno Guimaraes. I think he had one of the better midfield games. It's going to be a toss-up between him and Caicedo. Caicedo's a beast, man. Caicedo's a beast. You know what I mean? I would have gave it to Gravenberch, but his first half wasn't really that solid. I feel like, I know Bruno had a great first half and he had a great second half. Class. Every time he put his foot on that ball for Newcastle, productivity. Defensive standout, I'm gonna give it to David Raya. He's been on a hot streak. In terms of clean sheets, he made 7+ saves in game week 1 alone. Game week 1 alone, he made 7+ saves, and he kept up his form against Leeds. I don't expect the Leeds attack to do much, but class keeper. To be fair, I could go give defensive standout to Caicedo again, but then y'all gonna be like, "Oh, you just think Caicedo is just the best at everything." Yes, hey, shit. He's making a very good argument for that. Flops. West Ham's defense collapsed after that Paqueta goal. Chelsea they put the meat on the table for West Ham, and they just have to just hold that. You understand? You know what I mean? Now, I'm going to talk about the biggest shock before we close up this video. And I want to say shout out to everyone who's been supporting, everyone's been liking, everyone's been subscribing. Even if it's a hate comment, I don't care. I appreciate the love. Keep it coming. We're going to keep this going on our rise to the top. But the biggest shock today has to be that 1-0 away win from Sunderland over Burnley. What? Sunderland, that's your body? That's how you get down? I don't even know you get down like that. Shocking. But other than that, this is a great weekend of football. I'm looking forward to next week. I appreciate everyone showing me love recently, and as we look to make this last quarter of this year a life-changing last quarter, I just want to say, keep y'all head up. Be yourself. Love yourself. Big up to the 318. Big up to Station, my land. Big up to Guyana. Big up to New York. Big up to Canada. Big up to England. Big up to the Netherlands. It's your boy Jacob Jordan. I'm out.